There we are. What is up, everybody? What's the word? What you heard? Cicero Mode back. Vlog 63. Cicero Mode, creative music and media. It's what I like to create, produce, and promote. What I like to do on these vlogs. Get in here every Monday and talk about what's been going on professionally and personally. And yeah, man, 63 weeks, 63 Mondays. Down to not the last Monday. We got one more Monday of 2021. So yeah, doing it again, man. Vlog 63. Get some of this agua. Don't have a lot of time today because I'm going to I've been doing Christmas parties, but it's our Christmas party tonight with C&B Music. Shout out to C&B Music. I'm here at the Broadway Square Mall parking lot, actually. About to go in, have some steak. So shout out to C&B Music, man. Been working with them for years. The wedding, mobile DJ game. So props to everybody there. I'll see y'all in a second. But still got to do the vlog. It is a Monday, so 63 weeks. Not too much extensively was going on. If you watched the last vlog, I was a little under the weather. So it's still kind of playing it light at the end, towards the end of last week. But, you know, a few things to talk about. I got my notes up in the thing up here now. So we're going to get it going, man. The biggest thing, obviously, that everybody was talking about, Thursday night, I was off, I had to work Friday evening, but I was off Thursday. So I was like, man, I got to do it. You know what it was? Spider-Man, No Way Home. Dropped in theaters. And I went Thursday night to see it, 4 o'clock, actually. I didn't realize I had that early. So I was like, heck yeah, man, I'll go watch a 4 o'clock. And, I mean, I don't know. First of all, Spider-Man, No Way Home. Recap. It is Monday. Okay, that means you had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday up till 6 p.m. because that's when I'm doing this, to see the movie. So this will be a spoiler alert. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get into some things about Spider-Man. If you haven't seen it, it's a dope movie. Check it out. But maybe fast forward a little bit. I'm not gonna take up too much time, but I am gonna talk about it in full. So overall, man, Spider-Man, I really enjoyed it. You know, went to the theater. This was one of those few instances where, hey, you knew what it was going to be. It's opening day of Spider-Man. It's going to be packed. So it was a pretty much full theater, still masked it up. And it was cool, man. I mean, it was excitement, a lot of excitement in the theater. You know, and a lot of people that obviously have been keeping up with what's going on, which I really want to get somebody's opinion that didn't know what's going on, but still follows enough of comics. Because obviously myself, I'm big into it. And I obviously got the lore level going. Going to be working on some new content with that very soon. But yeah, so I've been keeping up. I got, you know, 4 or 5 YouTube channels I watch pretty much every day, if not every other day when they drop. You know, it was theory related videos, you know, speculation, rollout, promotional plans, you know, budgeting, all this different stuff. Kind of from all ends of the comic book stuff when it comes to ones I'm interested in. If I don't like it, I'm probably not going to pay too much attention to it. But, man, it's Spider-Man, man. Spider-Man, been around. You know, I won't say he's my favorite, but, you know, he had a lot of cool things when I was younger. Probably the biggest thing was the animated show on Fox, Spider-Man, which is really well done and really got me more into the character. I mean, I read some of the comic books and would come across, you know, his cards, play games. I mean, he's everywhere. But I never really paid too much attention until I kind of saw that rollout on the animated show. So get those feels in there. Reminds you of watching that growing up. And then obviously, you know, with this, knowing what was going on. It's spoiler time. You know, they're going to tie in all the other Spider-Man movies, which I remember seeing the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire in it, you know, 20 years ago out in the LBK, Lubbock, Texas. And it was really cool because, again, comic books were, you know, getting more popular, more mainstream, and to see a show, you know, or like a movie, I'm sorry, the show was cool, but I mean, it was still a cartoon, so I was like, all right, well, you know, that's not going to translate into a film or something that everybody, you know, really watches. Obviously, there was Superman, but yeah, man, it was a big deal just to be like, man, they're really putting their all into some cool, you know, comic book Marvel heroes, you know, that we didn't expect to see. Something, especially for me, I was, you know, first getting into college, so it's one of those times where it's like, can I still even be in the you know, gaming and comic books and all that stuff? Or is that all, you know, done because I'm in college now? But so it's kind of cool to see content and culture adjusting to that, and knowing that we were here, knowing that there's a lot of people that still wanted this content. And the first Spider-Man was the shit, man, because it was the origin story. Already knew it through the comic book, you know, comic book just lore, and then of course the TV show. So it held a lot closer to that, but still was, you know, it was just cool to see it unfold in real life. And you know, William Dafoe is a great villain in the first one. They bring all of that back into this one. So from the early part of this new one, Spider-Man No Way Home, there's people screaming, yelling. The first one, you know, freaked me out a little bit. You know, I knew we'd have some, but you know, just everybody was very well versed in what was going on and the possible cameos and the possible, you know, teasers and Easter eggs. So the second anything got teased a little bit more, it came onto the screen, somebody's, oh, 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 you know, and trying to get everybody yelling. So sometimes it work out, but sometimes they can get yelling too early. I'm like, all right, you hear a little noise, let's wait until the person is on the screen. But there were some great payoffs with that. You know, the Daredevil coming back, that was the one that caught me off guard, because I mean, they really ain't showed shit. I think they had barely showed his hand, maybe his stick, you know, because he is blind, you know, Daredevil. So I think they had barely showed his stick, and just somebody's like, ah! And I was like, what the, you know. But then once I saw it, he sits down, you see the glasses, it's like, oh shit, Matt Murdock in the building. So that surprised me, because that was really early in the movie, and I figured that'd be later on, a later tease. But they dropped that, so we'll be seeing some Matt Murdock. Down for that. Really enjoyed the Daredevil show and that rollout a few years ago. You know, we're obviously about to get Kingpin on Hawkeye coming up on Wednesday, because this shit never ends. But yeah, so that was the first cool cameo. But I mean, the big ones everybody was talking about was obviously the villains coming back. Every time a new villain popped up, people freaking out. Jamie Foxx gets a makeover and gets to be just Jamie Foxx Electro now, which I think was interesting, that they were just like, man, just screw the other version. We're going to let you be Jamie Foxx. You can crack jokes and be cool. But it was good. He was a good comic relief within the villains. Dr. Octopus, which I liked in the second one. I really, at first, thought I would not like him, I remember. But he was pretty dope in the first run of Spider-Mans. And then you got the other homie from The Amazing Spider-Man, who, why is his name just completely dropped me at the moment? It'll come back in a second. But the middle guy, you got Tobey Maguire, you got Tom Holland, and man, my guy's name is just gone. But anyway, from The Amazing Spider-Man, which I liked him a lot in Social Network, Andrew Garfield, there we go. He was dope in the Social Network. I didn't really watch those two other Spider-Mans because I came up with the first one, Tobey. So I was like, it's too early to redo this, man. I'm waiting. But then when this one came in with Tom Holland, they were tying him in with the Avengers. I was down for that, so I watched that. But yeah, it was cool to have all of them on screen, man. I think, you know, it was a weird synergy of just like, I don't know, time. You know, again, it's been 20 years, so it just shows you, yeah, how long we've been invested in Spider-Man. And to me, it gets you thinking about everything else tied into your life and where you were 20 years ago, like I was just talking about. But, you know, again, how those symbols and how those things can carry over. And they got a little heavy. They got a little heavy in here with, you know, the great responsibility, or great power comes great responsibility, which was dope when Tobey dropped the line on him. And, you know, just gets you thinking about just a lot of different things. And that line was always dope. The dopest, you know, one of the coolest things from that first movie. I was like, man, they got like a straight up mantra in this bitch for, like, you know, how to be a superhero or how to be a good person, you know, in general, and how to be on top of your shit. So Spider-Man, I don't want to go on for too long, but it's overall dope, great action. Well, it seemed like they really leaned more on, you know, these cameos and those feels, and, you know, moving the story and kind of flipping it around so they can get out from under the Avengers, which I think was really clever, because now they can do whatever they really want with Spider-Man. I didn't really, you know, I like Tom Holland. I didn't like him with all the fucking, with the little arms and stuff, and like the Iron Man suit, you know, and it talks. I didn't like that ever, because I was like, Spider-Man never had that shit. So now he's Spider-Man and Batman. What is, you know, this is ridiculous. So I'm glad now they might just restart it. All he's got is the suit, you know, a few hints here and there, but he's not, you know, this super technological thing. And I think they just were riding the Iron Man wave so bad, they were like, we got to tie Spider-Man in with Iron Man, and then we can pull him back out if we ever get these rights. So Spider-Man, off the top, I would say I'm going to give it A- right now. Might go up a little bit more. I'm being a little tough on it. Still a good Spider-Man, I mean a good superhero movie, but you know, again, it really was a big nostalgia play, which I like nostalgia, but I can kind of tell when it's being overused, and it was used a little bit much here, but I mean, none of it was like, you know, bad, because I mean, I enjoyed all of it, but you know, I do kind of dock it for, you know, they used a lot of that and then just kind of a little flip around of the game or flip around of the plot to get out of it. So I was like, well, here we are again with shit that happened. It don't matter. Whoop. But moving on. What else I got up here in my notes? Spider-Man, Matrix, man, Matrix time. You know, there's a lot of. This is gonna be mostly just shows and shit because that's what's been going on. It's Christmas season. They know what it is. But I really enjoyed the Matrix preview in Spider-Man, which I'd already seen it, but just running it back again. You know, and like again, I'm getting more into this. You know, music syncing and just licensing, and obviously always in the movie scores. But I really like what they did to flip the White Rabbit song for the first Matrix trailer. You know, kind of uses the song, you know, one pill makes you small, one makes you tall. You know, chase the White Rabbit, and so they cue all that up. But then they have kind of the score portion, and I just really like how they mix those two together. Yeah, White Rabbit, I think it's Jefferson Airplane, White Rabbit, and then, you know, it goes into the score, cues it all in with Matrix scenes, dope slow motion action. So we'll see. That's got me, that trailer alone got me a little more hyped up for this movie. So I'm really kind of excited to see what happens with the Matrix. And it made me start thinking, what was bigger then? Because they came out around the same time, the Matrix and that first Spider-Man. And I don't know. Just thinking about it, I think Spider-Man was cool because it was like a known, again, it was something from your childhood that was like carried over. But I'm gonna have to go Matrix because I think that was something that I knew nothing about, and it was, you know, presented as an original story, sci-fi, and just kind of came out of nowhere, but was so sophisticated, I guess is the phrase maybe. Because, I mean, from jump, when you see that trailer with the, you know, the slow motion, missing the bullets and bending all sideways, like, what in the world is this? You know, we weren't just to that level yet with CGI. And I mean, obviously all these comic book movies have been helped by what the Matrix was able to do with, you know, more of an original story. I think there's a comic that goes with the Matrix that either they started after or before, but also there's the Animatrix, which was really dope to me. I mean, I liked the original Matrix, was a little bit younger and probably just saw it more for the sci-fi action and, you know, the coolness and Keanu Reeves, whoa, you know, all that cool shit. But then when I got to the Animatrix, I remember that's when I really started getting into, you know, the lore of the world. And I remember at the time too, you know, there was that Terminator 3 had come out. And so, you know, the way I could always figure it out was like, hey, Terminator is what happens if the humans win, you know, are in the lead, I guess, of this war of machines and humans. And Animatrix is what happens if the machines have won, you know, are in the lead, I guess you could say. Because it's still always a battle. But yeah, Animatrix is really dope to me. You know, the whole track thing with the guy that was able to run super fast, that was really just, he figured out the Matrix. And, you know, because he could run so fast. I thought that was dope. And then obviously just the story of the robots was the best part. I mean, that still is mind blowing. Just kind of the origin of how, you know, again, robots or artificial intelligence went from being, you know, utility or just slaves or how we use them today, but how we progressed and kept progressing until they kind of found their own way. And I mean, that's kind of scary as we continue to move forward, talking to damn Alexa all day, and I record a live thing on my computer phone here. But, you know, that dependence on technology, I mean, it seems to be growing so much. So it's like the Matrix predicted that. I mean, there's tons of other science fiction that has done that before, but it was just a fresh, original idea, I remember at the time for me. And I mean, yeah, they, you know, gotten into 3 movies, 2 was pretty dope. 3 was all right, but you kind of had to pay off of the explanation of everything, which I had to go back and rewatch here the last few days just to kind of get caught back up. And I think I got kind of an idea of where they're going with this new Matrix. And yeah, I'm excited to see it, man. Keanu Reeves, again, he's an undeniable something he does, man. He knows how to read these scripts. He's been in so many badass action movies. And again, he can act, but come on, guys. He's not just the end-all be-all range type of character actor. You know, he kind of has one mode, and that mode works, so he sticks with it. But again, all the movies he's in are just dope. You know, I was still big on Speed, man. People be forgetting about Speed. Speed was badass. And, you know, I just always thought it like, man, they got bus chase, elevator action scene, shootout action scene. What other kind of action scenes do you want? You know, like, I just thought it was just amazing how they had all these different type of action scenes. Because back then in the 90s, is, you know, it's a car chase movie, so you're going to get only car chases mostly. Or it's a airplane hijack movie, so you're going to get airplane hijack. So it was one of those first movies where it just added a lot of different action pieces. That was cool. But yeah, Keanu Reeves, man, continued on into this Matrix trilogy, now 4-piecer, whatever. You know, I don't know what the writing, what's going to happen, but the thing I think it's going to, you know, hurt from is when it came out the first time, it was ahead of its time, and it was pushing the envelope with CGI, action sequences, slow motion fight shit. Now everything else has caught it and surpassed it. So can it reinvent the wheel again? Is going to be the tough thing. So I don't know. Maybe they have to really lean on the story here, and hope they can pull it out. But I'm gonna go, man, because why not? They nostalgia playing this to death here at the Christmas season, like they know that we like to do. And yeah, I'm gonna wrap up pretty quick because I want to eat some steak. But again, I've been watching tons of shows. We're gonna keep going. This is all shows pretty much. I also did do a quick little beat video earlier though that I got thrown up on my page and on the TikTok. You know, still working on some beats daily when I can, daily. No, I might say bi-daily, every other day. But things are slowing up, so I'm gonna try to knock a few more things out this weekend, and I want to start tying in, or this week, and then I also want to tie in just different settings for the videos. You know, I've been doing you see my hands, so I'm gonna get out and about, do something creative, get in the green screen room at the pipeline. So stay tuned for that. But hey, hook me up, go over, man, check out the video. One thing, we're talking about Christmas. I'm trying to get to 1,000, which sounds stupid, right? Because I've never pushed my IG really hard, never done any pay to play type shits. But yeah, I want to try to get to 1,000 followers before the new year, man. And I'm like 10 away. If you know actual real human beings that like music, like you know, some film references, some nerdy video game banter, some beat making videos, music, tons of music. I'm always posting music I like, or, you know, making just short edits. Tell them to come through, man. I need 10 people. I want to get authentic, trying to keep my following small, but, you know, legitimate and actual people that I can talk to, and see how that goes going into next year. So if you have 10 friends that are real humans that are cool, tell them to come through. Check me out, man. Or just give me a like, throw something in the comments. All those types of things can definitely help out. So what up? Yeah, so we'll talk about a few more shows, and I gotta go eat some steak because I'm getting hungry. But yeah, TV shows, talked about the action stuff, but The Witcher. Gotta talk about The Witcher. That also started on Netflix. My last thing in my title is Fight the Binge, because these other shows are ones that all got put up at one time, or I'm behind on them. And The Witcher is one that I really enjoy. Played the games, loved the fucking game, Witcher 3, but it's all out. People are watching it very fast. I avoided the spoilers of Spiderman by going the day it came out. So now I got to try to avoid the spoilers of The Witcher. I'm on episode 3. So I'm going to try to slow down on that, man. Enjoy it. It's an epic series. It's big. You know, they're putting a lot of time into the story. And, you know, and they've got young Ciri now training under Mr. Henry Cavill, Superman. But now, hey, he's the Witcher now. And he's doing really well. I'm very surprised. I was kind of weary at first because I thought he'd be too, like, meatheady. But he's doing it well, man. They're making him do some acting, some serious scenes in here. And so check out The Witcher, man. I enjoy it. It's a cool show. I don't do a lot of that type of fantasy. I'm more of a science fiction, like we just talked about, Matrix, or even some of the comic book stuff leans towards that. So I don't go backwards too much to the medieval times. Outside of Skyrim. Skyrim is badass, and The Witcher. Those are my two. And so yeah, check it out, man. I like The Witcher, and it's going. So I'll do 2 of my rom-com-y, love-related shows. I'm still trying to finish up Love Life, which again, that's all out. I could finish that out. It's on HBO Max. But it's got crazy, man. It got me kind of pissed off. This is the season 2 with my brother on the show. His name is Marcus Watkins. I'm like on episode 9, and there was finally a cameo by Anna Kendrick again. She came through and talked to the couple, but things done got crazy, man. His girl went to his parents' house to help him move. She decides to randomly get with this fucking junk removal guy. Like what? He removes junk, or he moved the furniture. And so she smashes this dude, comes back up. He's got a big surprise party for her. And she completely blows that up and, telling him not to propose, and then breaks up with him out of nowhere, gives him no explanation. And it's all just because of her guilt and her acting crazy, fucking up with this junk removal man. And then, doesn't really tell him anything. So he's all distraught. Then he finds out the girl that, his wife, which he blew up his marriage to date this other chick. You got to keep that in mind. He blew up his marriage to date this other girl, who he slowly was in a relationship with. She up and cheats on him with this other dude in the same kind of way, where it's like, hey, I got a boyfriend, so I'm talking to you, and you're married, and it really don't count. But, all the feelings and all the messiness gets going, and then, it blows up. So she's 2 for 2 on being in a relationship, and then, leading another guy on to make him want to be down, and then blowing up the original relationship. So to me, it seems like a really bad pattern. She didn't tell him anything for like 10 months. And his other friend is dating his ex-wife. He's had a rough time in this love life. And then, COVID hit. So she finally hits up when COVID hits. That's isn't that convenient, and she wants to explain. And I don't know. He first told her kind of just like, nah, I'm done. We don't need to do nothing. But then he gets some more, and they're hooked back up. So I don't know. I think he should have moved on, because I'm like, man, if she did that first with you and then did it to you, she's going to do it again. I don't see, and then she can just say, my parents were having some drama, so I cheated on you and broke up with you and humiliated you and told you nothing for like 10 months. And she says she's going to therapy. He's in there, he's hanging in. Maybe that's enough, but I kind of wish he just moved on to another chick. It seems like they're going to waste the entire series with Marcus Watkins on the one girl, which is, I don't think they should do it. But still enjoying Love Life. It's an interesting kind of New York, whatever, upscale vibey show. Some decent music on there. So, but on the other coast, we got Insecure. I guess 1 episode left. The messiness continues. Again, they're wrapping it up. They're bringing every character in just to talk about them. But, I don't know, man. We've done 4 seasons. We still doing Team Lawrence. He done other stuff. They had to go on a away party for the other friend. He comes over there acting stupid, which I don't think he should have gone. But, they're building it up where Issa Rae will have to choose between Nathan, who done acted a fool and yelled in her face, and Lawrence. So looks like Lawrence is gonna win. It's gonna be a fairy tale, 4 years of no nothing. You messed it up at the first part, and now we're back here again. But that's what love is, right? I don't know. So that's my love shows, my love show recaps. They're tedious, man. They've been tedious here, these last ones. But again, Insecure is a great show. Glad to see it finishing up its run. And Love Life, man. I'm surprised that they pulled off this 2nd season. And the dude got to cuss out his boss for trying to get down with the Black Lives Matter movement. So that was pretty cool. And he quit. So he got to get a job. But I got to go eat some steak, guys. Cicero mode. I'm out. Vlog 63. Keeping tradition going with these vlogs. But yeah, be on the lookout for some more beats. Gonna be doing more of those. Adding some new tracks to my Soundwave Fridays playlist on Spotify. So go over there and check it out. Down towards the bottom, I put the new tracks. Gonna just keep that rotating, I think, all of next year. And then, you know, still pop out and do lives, events with it. But still just have that list. Maybe trim it down a bit. It's like at 5 hours now. But hey, it's a lot of cool vibes, man. Soundwave Fridays. So I'm out of here, man. Y'all go find 2 friends that are cool and say, hey, man, I know this dude. He's trying to get to 1,000 by New Year's. We'll see if we get there. Y'all take it easy. Have a Merry Christmas. Although I'll be back before. Wait, no, I won't. I will not see you. I will see you before New Year's. So have a Merry Christmas. And then I'll talk to you before New Year's. Cicero mode out.